I believe that you can use politics and religion as a part of your business. I know. If you didn't know, my name is Jamie and this is Horse Business Tips. We're not really talking about horse business tips right now, but I think what we're going to talk about is just business in general and how your business flows, how you can use certain things and utilize certain things in your business. Maybe you're like, Jamie, oh my gosh, I've never heard anyone talk about it this way. Pretty much all of us, our whole lives, we've probably heard no politics and religion at the dinner table, no politics and religion at business meetings. Basically, now it's like, don't even talk about politics and religion ever. I think that's crazy town. And I talk about it. If you have a monster huge business, like if we're talking like Starbucks, Target, Walmart, okay, we're talking mega businesses, clearly you've got to be a little bit more careful with this, right? You have to really think through what you're going to share, okay, what you're going to stand for. Everyone is triggered. Everyone has big thoughts and really fast fingers to type in the comment section. But I want to talk about the small business that is able to utilize politics and religion as a benefit to your business. Don't forget, no matter who you are watching this, you can disagree, and that is fine. Now, I'm going to share this story and tell you why. I think it was 2021. I went to an industry conference that I love, that I try to go to every year. You go into this and everyone's getting back to like going to in-person events and all the things. Had a bunch of great speakers, wonderful, wonderful event, right? Always is. Some of my friends are like super famous authors and like legit YouTube people, just doing all the things in marketing, right? And these are people that I just have mad respect for. They get to do with their business what they want, as I get to do what I want with my business. A couple of my friends say, hey, do you want to do, I think it was lunch or dinner or something with us in between things. I was like, sure, no problem. The last person to take the stage, she shared almost the same message I'm about to share right now. And most everyone in the room, no one was like, boo, but so many people did not agree with her. And I was like, I wanted to get up and do like cartwheels and be like, yes, what you're saying is so true. But that's not what happened. So I bet you probably 5 people in the whole building actually agreed with what she was saying, me being one of them. So we sit down at this meal, 2 people that are super successful, amazing and crazy intelligent individuals that get to have their own thought process about what's going on in the world. Totally fine. They were like, hey, what'd you think of the last speaker? Like, do you agree, disagree? And of course, I spoke right up because I was like, I'm pumped. I was like, I thought that was awesome. And I totally agree with her. And they're like, with the side eye from both of them. They were like, are you kidding? You cannot put politics and business together, or religion and business together. Like, you can't. And I'm like, well, you can. And I've been doing it for a while, kind of subtly, but enough to where, like, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know a little bit about me. I'll share about that in a minute. So we had this pretty open conversation. And then, of course, we just like wrapped it up and then talked about something else, had a meal. We're still friends, okay? Because we can be adults. If you've been following me for any length of time, you probably have a pretty good idea of where I stand on many of the issues. And if you don't and you want to ask me, feel free. I'm an open book, okay? So that's another thing with business. Like, I feel like I share a lot. I try to do my very best to share it respectfully. I have extremely strong opinions about a multitude of things, but I also I know that everyone doesn't agree with me. And through my business, I'm not trying to ram stuff down people's throats. But here's what I've learned. Specifically, since 2020, my business has increased so much. The types of people that are my ICA, my ideal target audience, probably agree with me on about 80% of the things that are going on in the world, right? If we want to be like, hey, who are you voting for? Chances are we're voting for the same person. If you want to be like, hey, what do you really disagree with about this, Israel, Palestine, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, people that come to me, that hire me, that pay me to do marketing services, the majority of them believe, I would say, it's safe to say probably 75 to 80%, we agree on so many things, right? This is a good indicator. I have these little things that are just kind of planted all over. If you take a peek at my website, I have a lot of like patriot statements on my website. If you take a peek at me when I travel, I have stuff like this that I wear. Many times in my hotel room, I will have something like this with me, but I might also have some self-defense items with me as well. But what religion and politics have done for my business is this. If you have a business and you're like, oh, I wonder if Jamie's my ideal client, you can quickly figure it out. Go to my Instagram, scroll, watch some of my videos. You're probably going to know pretty quick, right? My religion and my political views. I just wanted to share this because, again, I know it's an unpopular opinion and people are like, never mix them. If you're looking at me and you're like, hey, Jamie, I wonder if I could sell my XYZ to Jamie. Here's how you're going to know. For me, I can't always do this. Sometimes we just have to buy things from places because you need it and you just do it, okay? And if you're like, well, I don't ever buy anything from Target or Starbucks, that is fine, okay? Once in a while I have a Starbucks, I'm just gonna say, okay? I don't necessarily support all the things, but sometimes I just get a coffee. But what I wanna say is this, the small businesses out there that align with my personal values, if I have a choice to buy the same item from them or someone I don't know, I'm going to buy from that company that says what they value if they value the same thing as me. During 2020, all my clients like freaked out. They were like, oh my gosh, we don't know what's going on. We're going to start doing in-house marketing. We don't know what's going on. One client that stayed on, I worked with them. We worked through it. We got super creative. They were a brick and mortar store. So obviously we're here in Michigan. Brick and mortar stores really were affected during 2020. They actually doubled their income from the year before, even though they were shut down for like 4 or 5 months during all that stuff. They took a stand for what they believed, and so many people in our community were like, yeah, and they went and spent money with them because, you know, they said what they believed. Guarantee you this is you look at your business, look at how it's set up. And obviously for me, my business is basically just me, a team of people that work with me, but I'm kind of the front facing person. If someone is going to be mean or ugly in social media comments or something like that, it's really only going to affect me. I have really tough skin when it comes to that stuff because I personally can be an adult and just have conversations about things that I don't agree with. And I've had people come to me and call me specifically and say, listen, I know that you're a two-way supporter. I know basically how you voted. I know you're a military family. I know all these things about you. You know, I know you go to church and you believe in Jesus and all these things. And I want to spend my money with you because I believe in what you believe in. And we have that common interest and common knowledge. That's something that's so incredibly important to me. It's great because then when my clients call me, like sometimes we get talking about like world events and like we become friends and you bond over things that you have in common. I went to an event this summer. It's a place I've been many, many, many times, but I went to this specific event. They started this huge event and did not do the national anthem. And for me, with the type of event that it was a family-friendly event. There is not one reason that I agree with that they didn't do the national anthem. I felt like that was just ridiculous. So that was my opinion, and I did respectfully post it on social media. Interestingly enough, when I posted that, someone that I have the utmost respect for, who never calls me because like he's super, super busy. I see him at events, I give him hugs. And if he needs anything, he'll shoot me a text, but I hadn't talked to him in a while. He called me and he's like, Jamie, I just want you to know that I so appreciate you posting that because he's like, they wanted me to work at that event and I declined because they didn't do the national anthem last year. And he's like, for me, that was something where I'm like, I'm not going to work with that company and take money from them if they're not going to align with my personal belief system. For me, as a business owner, that just solidified to that gentleman who I love so much, who always sends me referrals to. He's just absolutely wonderful. And I've known him for 10 or 12 years. And he just took time out of his day and said that made a difference in my life. I would absolutely love to hear why or why not. Do you or do you not? Or what are your thoughts? Like, what do you think about all the things I just said? Drop a comment and let me know. I would love to connect over this. Chase after your passion like it's the last bus of the night, and I'll see you around.